that.
Okay.
And that's it. Now we're live.
We're live.
Welcome.
Mary.
Good evening, everybody. Welcome to the regular Village Board meeting for February 1st, 2021. Please rise for the pledge. I
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Clerk Simpson, roll call, please.
Trustee Vogel?
Here.
Trustee Kruger?
Present.
Trustee Lang?
Here.
Trustee Raffato?
Here.
Trustee Vito?
Here.
Trustee Papantos?
Present.
And President Horker.
Here. We're conducting the meeting tonight by Zoom in light of the ongoing pandemic and continuing declaration of disaster by the governor. I have determined that in-person meetings are not practical or prudent at this time due to the ongoing public health emergency. That being said, Clerk Simpson, minutes, please. We have the minutes for January 18th, 2021. I need a motion for their approval.
So moved. Just.
Motion Papantos, second Vogel. Roll call, please.
Trustee Vogel?
Yes.
Trustee Kruger?
Yes.
Trustee Lang?
Yes.
Trustee Raffato?
Yes.
Trustee Vito?
Yes.
Trustee Papantos?
Yes.
President Horker.
Yes. Are there any changes to the agenda?
There are no changes this evening.
All right, we have no proclamations, no appointments and confirmations, and no oaths. That brings us to citizens' comments. Mr. Do we have any?
There were no comments left.
That's quick. We have no staff reports? Left and right, nope. Consent agenda, Clerk Simpson.
Item 11, consent agenda. All items listed on the consent agenda will be considered after to be routine by the village board and will be enacted by one motion. There will be no separate discussion of these items unless a board member or citizen so requests, in which event the item will be removed from the general order of business and considered after all other agenda items. 11A, resolution authorizing the village president to execute a member community agreement for access to geographic information system GIS data. 11B, resolution authorizing the village president and village clerk to sign an intergovernmental agreement between the Village of Wheeling and Township High School District 214, providing for the licensing of village-owned land to District 214 for use by Wheeling High School. Item 11C, resolution waiving competitive bidding and approving a proposal from DuraClean for fog disinfection and sanitizing services in a total amount not to exceed $91,900 for FY 2021. 11D, resolution approving $40,000 for asphalt patching by Schroeder Asphalt Services Incorporated as part of the street improvement program in FY 2021. Item 11E, resolution authorizing acceptance of a previously bid Northwest Municipal Conference Suburban Purchasing Cooperative Contract with Call One related to professional telecommunication services at a cost not to exceed $180,000 during fiscal year 2021.
Do we have any concerns or comments? Seeing none, I need a motion for their approval.
So moved. Kruger.
Motion, Trustee
Second.
Kruger.
Papantos.
Second, Trustee Papantos.
Who was first, Kruger?
First was Kruger, second was Papantos. Roll call.
Trustee Vogel?
Yes.
Trustee Kruger?
Yes.
Trustee Lang?
Yes.
Trustee Raffato?
Yes.
Trustee Vito?
Yes.
Trustee Papantos?
Yes.
President Horker.
Yes.
Okay. 13, can I go to 13A?
Yes, please.
13A, resolution waiving competitive bidding and approving a guaranteed maximum price design build contract in the amount of $250,000 with Joe Kennedy Construction Corporation for the Hintz Road Sanitary Rehabilitation Project.
Mr. Spondilis, what do we got?
Thank you. Before you this evening is a guaranteed maximum price contract with Joel Kennedy Construction for an amount not to exceed $250,000. It is for a 16-inch casing pipe, 8-inch system pipe for sanitary sewer delivery at the intersection of Hintz and Seton Court. The original pipe was installed in 1968 and has found to be compromised. We found the situation, or it was, I should say, was discovered last year through our SSES program, which is Sanitary Sewer Evaluation Services program. Every year, the village dedicates a fair amount of money to studying our sanitary sewer system and looking for shortcomings, be they cracks, be they infiltrations, whatever it may be. And this, of course, is an attempt to get ahead of any potential future major issue and avoid them by correcting them before they become an issue. This particular item is a 16-inch casing pipe which will be reamed under Hintz Road, which means it will be pushed in place, replacing the existing 16-inch pipe. That casing is required by the state in order to protect the actual delivery pipe, which is an 8-inch pipe inside the casing pipe. This is standard practice, and the old pipe will be removed and pulled, as I said, through this 16-inch casing pipe. This contract is a guaranteed maximum price, and it is all-inclusive, which means all necessary field work, preparation of plans, permitting, construction activities, and resident engineer services are included in the contract price. Happy to answer any questions if you have them.
Trustee Papantos, I saw you had a question.
Thank you. Real quick, right now we have construction going on Lake Cook and probably won't see the end of that for quite a while. What effect will this have on traffic, and approximately how long will the project last once it gets started?
Impact on traffic is minimal because instead of an open cut, honestly, I don't know where to look. Impact on traffic is nominal because instead of an open cut, this is pushing in place. So there shouldn't be too much disruption to the traffic patterns. As far as length of time, these are generally short-run projects, so it should not be too disruptive throughout the construction season.
And can we expect this new pipe to last 53 years like the old one then?
Yes.
Sorry, I couldn't resist.
I think that's a fair question.
53 years sounds pretty good. Thank you.
Thank you, Trustee Papantos. Any other questions? Trustee Rufato?
Yeah, just very quickly, thank you. Is there any impacts to any of the businesses? It's mostly businesses there. Any impact to any of them in this?
There should be no real disruption of service.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you, Trustee Rufato. Any other questions? If I see none, we need a motion for approval.
So moved.
Motion,
Second, Papantos.
Trustee Rufato, second, Trustee Papantos. Roll call, please.
Trustee Vogel?
Yes.
Trustee Kruger?
Yes.
Trustee Lang?
Yes.
Trustee Rufato?
Yes.
Trustee Vito?
Yes.
Trustee Papantos?
Yes.
President Horker?
Yes. Item B, Clerk Simpson.
13B, resolution authorizing execution of an agreement between the Village of Wheeling and the Illinois Public Works Mutual Aid Network.
Mr. Spondilis, we're spending how much?
We are spending a whopping $250. And to that point, I think it should be noted that this would typically have been on consent agenda while membership in what we call IPWMAN, which is the acronym that Clerk Simpson just read out. It does require a resolution. I wanted to have this on new business in order to advertise a little bit that this is another bit in our arsenal in order to respond to natural disasters or any kind of emergencies involving public works in our community. IPWMAN is a statewide mutual aid system for public works. We already belong to one of them, which is the Northeast Municipal Conference. This just, as I said, adds to our arsenal and expands our network should the village ever need people, equipment, assistance in any kind during an emergency. It is non-binding, meaning, of course, we are now part of a larger consortium, which presents the opportunity for our folks to be dispatched should any of the other communities within the organization need help, but it doesn't require it. It is free for the first 5 days. Membership in the consortium is only $250. It really is about expanding the network, providing more diverse resources, particularly resources in all areas of the state. It further provides workshops and training, a defined operation plan, and an extensive list of emergency contacts. So for $250, I think it is money well spent in order to continue expanding our network of ways that we can serve the community.
Questions or comments? Nothing. See nobody raising any hands, so need a motion for approval.
So moved.
Motion
Vogel.
trustee Vogel.
Second, Papantos.
Second trustee Papantos. Roll call, please.
Trustee Vogel?
Yes.
Trustee Krueger?
Yes.
Trustee Lang?
Yes.
Trustee Rafato?
Yes.
Trustee Vito?
Yes.
Trustee Papantos?
Yes.
President Horger.
Yes.
Item 13C, discussion, major site plan and appearance concept review, waste management maintenance building addition and CNG fueling station, 200 and 230 Sumac Road.
Mr. Spondelis.
Thank you. Before you this evening is a major site plan and appearance concept review process for waste management. This item is new to you, but the third item that waste management has brought to us in recent weeks. As the item describes, again, this is a concept review, which means there is a formalized process that the village has put together in order to guarantee equity between all presentations requesting concept review. The process begins with me reading some standard language in order to introduce the concept review process, handing it over to Community Development Director Clicker for project overview and introduction of the petitioner, the petitioner's presentation, any zoning special use or site plan concerns, and then the opportunity for the village board to ask any questions they may have. At the end of the presentation, the board will be asked for their consensus on the following question. Is the board in favor of the concept plan for the proposed waste management major site plan redevelopment? That will be a yes or no question. So to begin, the current request is for a non-binding approval of the proposed major site plan alteration. The feedback by the board will be used by the development team as a guide in the preparation of the formal development plan. The outcome of this evening shall not constitute a formal approval or denial of the application. The decision by the board tonight is non-binding and shall not prevent the applicant from moving forward with a formal application. Director Clicker.
Thank you. Yes, before you is a proposal to construct a new 9,050 square foot building addition on the east side of the existing maintenance facility. The structure would include 6 additional bays for maintenance. It would be, in general, the existing building and the addition would be matched through their exterior application of materials, and they will also be proposing to switch over their CNG fueling, which is a currently if you'll recall in our discussion of previous meeting, a ground system where it's a J rail along the about 4 foot off the ground where the trucks pull up to it and fuel. This they do propose in replacing, as again we heard on the new lot last meeting, a new truss system which allows for more efficient fueling and moving of vehicles on the site. And with that, the petitioner is on the meeting if there are additional questions.
Yeah, one thing I did want to add to that is the existing K-rails will remain. We're not looking to transition any of those. Any of that infrastructure that's already on site will remain on site. There are 2 overhead fueling trusses proposed there behind the existing 230 Sumac. admin office building. As you can see on kind of page 2 here of the PDF. And then obviously for the expanded fleet, the additional maintenance bays would be added on to the existing CNG compatible maintenance shop. Those 6 bays would be added to the east, extending over into 230 Sumac. The existing shop is located at 200 Sumac. We'd be looking at combining or consolidating those 2 parcels as our building would cross over that boundary. Along with that, we would be removing the existing CNG retail fueling station there along Sumac to make room for the added maintenance base off of Sumac Road.
Thank you, sir. Trustee Papantos, you have a question, and then I see Trustee Lang.
Thank you. And it's nice to see Waste Management once again. I feel like you're here quite a bit lately. We're going to have to rename
second time this year. Yep.
Forgive my ignorance. What is a K-rail?
It's a concrete barrier. You generally see them on highways delineating lanes during construction. That is what is currently on site. They use those to facilitate the above ground piping for the CNG fueling process. And as you'll recall from the 225 industrial lane review, the Waste Management has transitioned to an overhead fueling system for all future development. And so there are 2 trusses that are proposed on 230 Sumac.
So will the on-ground fueling stations be removed, for lack of a better term, the gas pumps?
No. Those would remain. So these 2 trusses would be set off just east of where there's a current K-rail system on site.
Okay, and then will your trucks use both forms then to fuel up?
Yeah. Yes.
Okay. And are all your trucks now going to natural gas?
Not all of them. There are still some diesel vehicles in the fleet. Jack I have Jack Schwab, the district manager with us, as well as Chip Wirtz, who is the national CNG director for Waste Management. As far as a percentage, Jack, I guess diesel to CNG vehicles here, as you continue forward, what are you looking at as the end percentage?
Yeah, so good evening, everyone. So when it's all said and done, we're probably going to be looking at about 85 to 90% CNG equipment. So about 10 to 15% will still be diesel.
And is that cleaner and better environmentally?
The compressed natural gas is, yes.
Thank you. And just as a shout out to Waste Management, I've used the At Your Door service twice this year. It's a great service, and I'm very proud of Wheeling that we got on board with that. Thank you. I know that has nothing to do with your proposal, but I just wanted to throw that out there.
Great. Thank you for the feedback.
Thank you, Trustee Papantos. Trustee Lang, you had a question?
I sure do.
Okay, Rafael also.
Nick, I'll ask this to you, and you can direct it however. But I noticed on the PDF Sumac addition plans, there's a looks like a color scheme for your building, and you mentioned color before.
Yes.
Okay,
yes,
so
that,
I'm sorry. Is that going to be the theme color throughout the campus, if you would, of all your buildings and such?
Yes, so that's a new directive coming down from Waste Management Marketing as the color scheme that they'd like to see on all of their campuses moving forward across the country, not just here in Wheeling. And so yes, there is a discussion on that color scheme being retrofitted throughout the campus.
Excellent. And then so all your other buildings you'll match to this, I imagine, and. Is that correct?
Yeah, that's the goal. That's the end goal is to have all of the buildings this new look.
Okay. And I asked Mr. Clicker this morning, but I'll ask you since you're right here. Is there a way that we can get an entire site plan now? Because you guys have been doing quite a few things in that area. It would just be nice to see how everything fits together, how everything pieces together.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
If you can present that to Mr. Clicker, he'll send it on to us. And so then we see what everything that's going on there, because you're really doing a lot at that site.
Yeah, and kind of in the effort of trying to be able to maneuver different projects through on a phased basis to try and keep everything moving forward. It has kind of been a little broken up as far as reviews go, but I can go. I can send Mr. Clicker kind of what I've reviewed with the Planning Commission and the Engineering Department as far as our overscope development for the area.
Excellent. Thank you very much.
Just real quick, the last page of the presentation, slide 8, if we could go to that, Luca, if you hear this, that we did get a overall site plan that shows, or an aerial, if you will, that shows all the properties that management does control. So the area to the north along Industrial Lane, where you see all the containers in that picture, that was where we talked at the last meeting about the new parking lot and truck storage expansion. And the maintenance facility is down lower left-hand corner. That's where the maintenance facility is that we're talking about tonight.
Okay, great. Yeah, if you have something that kind of shows all the new development and everything else in there eventually, I don't know if you have that drawing now and really don't get a drawing, spend the money for a drawing unless you guys are already going ahead and doing it. But it would be nice to see an overall site plan of all the new additions you're putting there.
Yeah, and there is one available, and I can make sure that gets over to Mr. Clicker.
Excellent. Thank you very much. That's all the questions I had.
Thank you, Trustee Lang. Trustee Rufato, you had some questions?
No, actually, Trustee Lang asked my question. I was looking also for an overall site plan because everything has come in piecemeal. And I wanted to see where this fit into the existing properties. But so as long as it's coming and we saw that one, I'm good to go. Thank you.
Excellent. Thank you. If there are no more questions, and it doesn't look like there are, that brings us back to Mr. Clicker, or to Mr. Svandulis with the question.
Yes, just looking for consensus, yes or no, from each of the board members to the question, is the board in favor of the concept plan for the proposed waste management major site plan redevelopment?
Clerk Simpson, you want to just run through the roll call?
Trustee Vogel?
Yes.
Trustee Krueger?
Yes.
Trustee Lang?
Yes.
Trustee Rufato?
Yes.
Trustee Vito?
Yes.
Trustee Papantos?
Yes.
President Horker?
Yes. Congratulations, guys. Keep expanding there. Official communications, Clerk Simpson, you had something, right?
Yes, I do.
What do you
This
have?
is in regards to the voting on April 6th. Mail ballot applications for the April 6th consolidated election are available. Applications can be obtained directly from www.cookcountyclerk.com. For those who do not have access to a computer, please call 847-499-9082 to request a mail ballot application. Voter registration deadlines are as follows. In-person registration ends March 9th. If you plan to register in person, please bring 2 forms of identification, one with your current address. The other choices, you can also request online at www.cookcountyclerk.com. Online registration ends March 21st. That's it.
Just one? Oh, okay. I do have one item also. As everybody knows, the past year has been very difficult for almost every business, particularly the restaurants and bars in Wheeling. Last spring, when the impact of the pandemic was becoming clear, the village took a number of actions to help our business community. We used advertising, social media, and new tools like our interactive dining guide to keep people up to date about safe shopping and dining opportunities in Wheeling. We help businesses find creative social distancing solutions by loosening restrictions on liquor sales, tents, and outdoor seatings. And we provided relief by waiving or reimbursing our business licenses, liquor licenses, and health inspection fees to a total of $370,000 in direct financial assistance. Though we have reason to be optimistic about the 2021 upcoming year, we're clearly not out of the woods yet, and many restrictions remain in place. Therefore, the Board of Trustees has decided to continue our support by granting a 50% reduction in business and liquor license fees for the upcoming year, which starts May 1st. Obviously, the credit for figuring out how to make it through these tough times goes first and foremost to the businesses themselves. On behalf of the village, I'd like to express our thanks and our admiration for your hard work and your resourcefulness and your tenacity. Thanks to all of our residents who have kept Wheeling businesses in mind when providing yourselves and your families, when providing for yourselves and your families. I definitely encourage you to keep thinking about how your everyday actions serve as an investment in our future and how they help to make and to keep Wheeling strong. A lot of our restaurants have had a hard time, and I do believe we've done really as much as we can to keep them supported. Do we have two new? We have a used Mandarin, and we have some other.
We have a number of restaurants that have expressed interest, and a couple of them that are in the direct pipeline that will be coming before the board or the Plan Commission within the next couple of months.
Excellent. Excellent. So we must be doing something right.
And due to the improvement in the process that the board made by making changes to the code, meaning removing the special use requirement for restaurants, those restaurants will be going directly to the Plan Commission before coming here as their first bureaucratic step.
Awesome. So thank all of you for the input you had in that over the last few days, and yeah, we're going to just try. We're doing pretty good here.
All things considered.
All things considered.
I will prepare the legislation for a board meeting in March to make this official.
Excellent. Thank you. Anyone else? Any communications? Trustee Papantos.
Thank you. The weekend was rough as far as snow. My count is probably about 28 hours worth of snow, or at least every time I looked out the window, it never stopped. I know some people don't think the village did a good enough job. I have to say, watching it snow, watching it come down, they did an excellent job. First things first, they did the streets, making sure emergency crews could get in and out and that people can get in and out of their driveways. It's a big deal when you have this much snow that never, ever stops. The village, I want to ask people to remember that our code reads that if you're a homeowner or a business, the sidewalk in front of your business or home is your responsibility. For those of us who walk, who might have a dog, who want to get out there, it's tough if you have to go through a foot of snow or walk on ice. So please make sure you're taking care of your property. I know the village has tried to help in some instances where a property, it's not clear who the property owner is. It may be in the back of your house because the sidewalk at the back of your house faces a main road, and they're trying to get out there, but they're obviously also doing the streets first, the most important thing. I think they've done a great job. And just as an aside, I'd love to give a shout out to my neighbors who Sunday morning, I saw more of the younger neighborhood out helping the rest of the neighbors clear their driveways, and do what they can, making sure people could back their cars out of the driveways. They got their cars off the street for the plows. And I'm very proud to live in Wheeling. Thank you.
Thank you, Trustee Papantos. If we have no other questions or comments, Trustee Kruger.
Yeah, I'm just going to add on to Trustee Papantos by letting the public know that keep and watch on the weather. More snow is coming on Thursday. So you're not clear, you're not satisfied with how your sidewalks look today. You have until Thursday before the next pile gets dumped on. So Chicago style winter is upon us. That's it. Thanks.
Thank you, Trustee Kruger. I saw that. It looks like it's going to be ice, too.
Yeah.
Crews were out today and will remain out throughout the rest of the week, pushing back corners. Obviously, with such significant snowfall, one of the challenges is where to put the snow. So first, it's remove it from the streets. Then it's dealing with pushing it back enough or simply taking it out of the area in order for the next snowplow operation to even be successful. So that's the focus of Public Works for the remainder of this week in anticipation of that snow.
Thank you, Mr. Svandelis. We have for you, if no one else has anything else, I'm sorry, looks clear. You have before you the bills for January 14th through January 27th of 2021. If there are no questions, I need a motion for their approval.
So moved, Papantos.
Trustee Papantos, second.
Second, Kruger.
Trustee Kruger. Clerk Simpson, roll call, please.
Trustee Vogel?
Yes.
Trustee Kruger?
Yes.
Trustee Lang?
Yes.
Trustee Ruffado?
Yes.
Trustee Vito?
Yes.
Trustee Papantos?
Yes.
President Horker?
Yes, we have no executive session tonight. We have no other business, which means we can go home. I need a motion for adjournment.
So moved.
Motion, Trustee Ruffado. Second, Trustee Vito.
Second.
Roll call, Clerk Simpson.
Trustee Vogel?
Yes.
Trustee Kruger?
Yes.
Trustee Lang? Trustee Ruffado?
Yes.
Trustee Vito?
Yes.
Trustee Papantos?
Yes.
Okay. Oh, President Horker?
Sure. Okay. Thank you, everybody, for your half an hour. Meeting is adjourned.
Thank you.